My apartment was always chilly, not just during the colder months, but every single day. I'd tried everything to heat it up. Thick rugs on the floor, portable heaters humming in the corners. Nothing dulled the bite. Since moving to the near-Arctic chill of South Portland, I'd turned into a coffee devotee. At least 3 cups daily. It was the only thing that thawed me out. I set the kettle on, flexing my wrists and ankles in a gentle stretch while I waited. Pop! The kettle shut off. "Not today, spirit pal, come on," I muttered, lugging it to the bathroom. I plugged it in there and pop. Rooting through the couch cushions like a frantic raccoon, I scrounged up $5 in tarnished coins. Enough for a coffee, but not the fancy hazelnut syrup. The kitchen cabinet creaked open with a groan. I know, we've got syrup here, but it's not the same," I said aloud. I bolted out of the apartment, head down as usual, and crashed right into my new neighbor. I'd glimpsed him a few times, but we'd never properly met. He was the kind of guy you'd sum up with tired phrases, tall, brooding, and good-looking, with a dazzling smile and an air of enigma. "Sorry. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm such a mess," I blurted. "No worries, don't sweat it," he said, his tone warm and easy. "Where are you headed?" "To get coffee, I mean. There's a place just down the block," I replied. "Mind if I join? I'm new around here and haven't found a decent coffee spot yet." "You can come, but I'm not sure it's anything special," I said as we started down the stairs together. "I'm Claire, by the way." Ethan. Naturally, that'd be his name. The cafe nearby wasn't really my scene. Too sleek and sterile, lacking any real charm, but it was close, cozy, and warm. Ethan and I grabbed a little table near the counter. I ordered my cappuccino, and he said, I'd have pegged you for a hazelnut type." "Nah, too sugary," I fibbed. "Right? Might as well dump in 50 spoonfuls of sugar." "So, what do you do for a living?" he asked. It was a simple question, but I felt shy answering so near the barista. "I'm a person. I have a job. People can see me." How mortifying. "I work at an animal clinic. I'm the front desk person," I mumbled. "What?" He couldn't hear over the milk frother. "I'm a receptionist at a vet clinic." "You're a vet? That's awesome. You must see tons of adorable pups. I've got a snake, actually. His name's Sid. He's a ball python. We could use a solid vet," he said. I didn't think I'd run into this guy much. I figured we'd just exchange nods on the stairs and call it a day. So, to dodge the embarrassment of repeating myself again, I leaned into the misunderstanding. "Yeah, it's pretty neat. I mostly handle dogs and cats, though. Reptiles aren't really my thing," I said. "No biggie. I'm sure we'll find someone, though they won't be as cute as you." I don't think anyone had ever flirted with me before, or if they had, I'd missed it. In my daydreams, no one called me cute. I was breathtaking, radiant, earth-shattering. I had no clue how to handle a compliment I'd never even pictured, so I sidestepped it. "What do you do for work?" "I hunt spirits," he said. "For real? That's wild. You're in the right spot, you know. Nah, kidding. I'm a supply chain manager," he interrupted. My cheeks burned. "Oh, got it." "You're adorable," he said, flashing that bright grin. I didn't see Ethan for a few days after that. I guessed he was tied up, managing supplies or whatever. Next time we crossed paths, I was hauling groceries up the stairs. "Here," he said, grabbing a bag from me, letting the blood rush back to my fingertips. "Thanks," I puffed. "No problem. There's an elevator, you know," he pointed out. "I know, but the power's always cutting out in this place. I don't trust it," I said. Honestly, I didn't trust my spirit pal not to tamper with it. "Good to know," he said, following me inside and setting the bags on the counter. "This brand isn't turtle safe, you know," he said, picking up a can of salmon. "Oh, really? I didn't check." I admitted. "I figured you'd be into that stuff, being a vet. Don't you have to love animals?" he asked. "If we really cared about turtles, we'd quit eating fish altogether. Overfishing does more harm than nets," I said, hoping I wasn't making that up. "And meat, too. Factory farms wreck the oceans worse than anything. My little can of salmon's not the end of the world, all things considered. He grinned. You're sharper than you seem. And what's that mean? I said, taking a clumsy step toward him, my first stab at flirting. It means I haven't been daydreaming about my gorgeous neighbor's big intellect, he said, resting a hand on my hip, his fingers pressing gently into my back. With his other hand, he swept the hair from my face, then let it settle on my neck, warm and tacky, sticking to my skin. I tilted my head up, racking my brain for my mom's lessons on flirty looks, soft gaze or bold stare. He kissed me. His lips were tender, but his stubble scratched. I shifted my head a bit, trying to ease the prickling on my skin. He mirrored me, realigning us. Then, with a deafening bang, the apartment sprang to life. Lights flared, every gadget whirred on at once. Holy! Ethan clapped his hands over his ears. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I shouted over the racket. It's the power. It's wonky in this building. I darted around, flipping off switches one by one. It's fine, he yelled back. I should head out anyway. Leave you to it. The second he stepped out and the door clicked shut, the lights died again. A faint beam of daylight slipped through the window, barely lighting the room. I fumbled for the switch. Naturally, it did nothing. Perfect, I grumbled. Seriously, Spirit Pal? Seriously? I called into the empty space. The TV flickered on. I knew that shabby news set, the old-fashioned desk, but not the anchor. Her big, styled hair pegged it as an old broadcast. Tragic news out of Portland today. A young woman was found lifeless in her Church Street apartment. Authorities say she was discovered this morning, her condition suggesting she'd been gone for some time. She's been identified as 22-year-old student Lila Hart. Police suspect foul play. More details at 10. The screen fizzed to static, then flashed a photo of a woman. Wavy red hair, green eyes, freckles dusting her nose. She was beyond striking. Radiant, captivating, world-moving. She looked like someone who always knew her path, far beyond her 22 years. Lila, that's you, Lila Hart? I asked. The lights snapped on, the TV off, as if nodding yes. My spirit pal had a name, Lila Hart. I asked Ethan over the next day, hoping Lila would play nice now that I knew who she was. We sprawled on the couch, his arms slung over my shoulders, watching some sappy love flick. These girls always drag their guy to meet the folks way too fast, Ethan said, flicking popcorn crumbs onto my floor. Yeah, she's known him for, 2 days, I said. No need to meet the parents that quick. You should be enjoying it, keeping it light. People get too serious too soon, he said. Guess that clarified what he wanted. Fun, nothing heavy. The movie cut to an ad for the upcoming election. Ugh, I'm so over these ads. Who gives a rip about the election? It's all the same anyway. Ethan groaned. It matters to some people, I said. Not to me, he shot back. My brow furrowed. That's a pretty cushy take, I started. Oh, here we go. What, 'cause I'm a white dude, everything's handed to me? He stood up. I've had it rough too. I'm sure you have, but I've got stuff to do, he said, storming out. I sat there, piecing my thoughts together. Why'd I even say that? The ceiling fan kicked on, spinning at full blast. Air whipped around my face, my shoulders, tossing my hair. Leave me alone, Lila, I snapped, jumping up. If you hadn't freaked him out last time, this wouldn't have happened. Get out of my place, I yelled, slamming my bedroom door and locking it. She never came in here. I flopped onto the bed, staring at the ceiling. Did I even like Ethan? Truthfully, no. I was just lonely. I'd have humored anyone's attention, just for the company. Lila had always been here, even before I knew her name. Back when she was just a cold draft or a blinking light, she'd been with me, in her own quiet way. Authorities say she was discovered this morning, her condition suggesting she'd been gone for some time. What's lonelier than that? I grabbed the box from the back of my closet labeled old tenant's junk. Opening it, I got a noseful of dust. It was a jumble of odds and ends, a bottle cap, a guide to steam engines, a wrench. Then I pulled out a pair of cat-eye glasses and a lavender-scented candle. Simple, elegant, womanly. They felt like the girl from the TV. They felt like Lila. I shuffled into the living room, half expecting her to pop out and snap back. I set the glasses and candle on the shelf, nudging my clutter aside without care. "I'm sorry," I said. "This is your place too. I didn't mean what I said." A breeze brushed my face again. I glanced up. No, not the fan this time. The cool air grazed my lips, damp and crisp, yet soft and known. I closed my eyes, parting my mouth just a bit, drawing the fresh chill between my teeth. I turned in early that night, the sun still dipping low. For the first time, I left my bedroom door ajar. A cool draft slipped in, curling between me and the covers. I felt her presence enfold me, a gentle closeness against my hair. I turned to look. Nothing to see, of course. But I knew Lila was there. As the sun sank and the sky dimmed, the world outside faded, leaving my reflection in the window. With nothing else to focus on, I studied myself, catching a calm in my eyes I barely recognized. My vision played tricks, and for a moment, I thought I saw her. Red waves, piercing gaze, slender arms around me. Holding that picture in my mind, I slipped into sleep. My apartment was chilly.
Thank you for listening. Please share your thoughts, like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe for more.